I went running with Tula. She's limping. She's worn off part of her pad. Here's exactly what I'm going to use to treat her. And you won't believe this over-the-counter cream works awesome for dogs with abraded pads. Tula went for a fairly long, fast run with me. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too far, maybe a little bit too fast. She's got quite the limp in her right front leg. When I did a better examination, I could see she was really licking here, her large primary foot pad. Part of her pad, it's worn off here. It's definitely red in here in the edge of the pad. It's really painful to touch. And she really just won't bear much weight on it. I mean, this hurts. Step number one, we need to clean it thoroughly with a really good antiseptic. I'm using this chlorhexidine. This is what we use for surgical scrub. I'm squirting some of the chlorhexidine onto this gauze. Then I'm gonna clean really thoroughly in around that pad, especially in the surface of that pad where it's really worn out. This also has a little bit of a soap quality to it. So after we clean it using our gauze, we're gonna wipe that really thoroughly with water. Bit of water. Let's just clean that nice and thoroughly next. Okay, we're gonna wipe off all that chlorhexidine, Tula. Number two, this is gonna be our magical cream, Preparation H. I'm gonna squirt about 1/4 of an inch on the end of my finger, and we are gonna rub that in and around all along that injured pad. This could be safely done twice a day. But I'm going to be just doing it once a day in Tula because we're going to follow that up with a good bandage change. I want to keep that bandage on for a full 24 hours. So there it is. All that preparation there does such a good job of protecting the wound, speeding wound healing. Then lastly, we've got to do something to cover that wound and most importantly, stop her from licking everything up. I mean, all that constant licking, it's going to abrade the surface of the pad. It's really going to delay wound healing. We have two things here. We have our non-stick Talpa pad. We have our vet wrap. This one is bitter flavored, gonna really discourage licking. First, our non-stick pad, and it's gonna be going over top of Tula's worn pad. There we go, Tula. Next, our self-adhesive stretchy bandage. I know it as vet wrap. It's got multiple names now. I just picked this up at the pet supply store. You wanna do it just tight enough to discourage licking. Obviously not too tight. It also rips on its own, so you don't necessarily need to have scissors. I like to put a couple layers above and below, wrap it around, and then we're gonna cover the top of your foot here. Secondary Tula, ta-da. It's gonna stick to itself. And we're doing it just tight enough to keep the bandage over top of her pad, but not so tight, you know, it's gonna cause any type of swelling here and constricting blood supply to the base of her foot. Then number 4, to deal with pain and inflammation, we're using this guy, CBD cannabidiol, Dr. Jones's Ultimate CBD for dogs and cats. The dog dose, it is 3 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily. Tula is 20 pounds. She's getting 2 drops, which is 6 milligrams. Because here you go, little poodle. And there's your CBD. As you can see, she loves it. Great for pain, great for inflammation. We're able to treat her naturally. There. And I expect in even about 24 hours, she's going to feel much better. So if you've got a dog that's abraded his pads, especially when you've worn down that thick keratin layer, more importantly than anything else, pick yourself up some Preparation H. It does a great job of covering that wound, promoting wound healing, and you're going to see much faster healing for your dog. Thanks for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets of Tula's worn pad. Then most importantly, what you can do at home if your dog happens to do the same thing. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.